Welcome to Two Chicks and a Horror Flick, a weekly horror movie review podcast. I'm Tawny Ray.
And I'm Felicia Connor. Subscribe to get new episodes every Wednesday. We dive into trivia, drink a little whiskey, and of course, give our no BS opinions.
Join our Discord server or message us on social media to talk all things scary.
And if you like the show, consider supporting us on Patreon.
You can find all these links on our website, twochicksandahorrorflick.com. Thanks for listening.
Now let's get scared.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Two Chicks and a Horror Flick. You knew that from the intro. I forgot that I don't need to say that. It's actually been a very long time since I've done research for a movie. Megan was the last one I did. So thank you for taking over so much, Felicia, over the last several weeks and probably another few weeks in the future.
That's okay. That's okay. Life changes, right? It's cool. You're always there for me, so.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, so thank you for all of your help. But anyway, we're going to be talking today about, and we fucked this up last episode, Knock at the Cabin. There's no A.
We were trying so hard to get it right.
I know, we were like, a knock at the cabin, door in the woods?
A knock at the brown cabin with the wraparound porch in the woods?
We could not make that long enough. Anyway, that's the movie we're talking about, Knock at the Cabin from 2023. But before we get into all that, Felicia, what are you drinking?
Oh, right. I am drinking. I'm wondering if you're drinking the same, but maybe not. I'm drinking a fizz stick.
Okay.
I'm drinking the mango fizz stick. I love drinking it out of this beer glass because it always makes people think in meetings that I'm actually drinking
that is a beer,
golden beer, and it makes me giggle. And I also have a really large bottle of lemon water.
Oh, nice. Fancy today.
We have this tree at our new house with just bursting with these giant juicy, delicious lemons.
Stop. That's awesome.
It is delicious. And so we pick them and then squeeze juice. So then we have little containers of juice we could just use for cooking or in our water. Steve has made ice cubes out of them. Oh my gosh. We just are obsessed with this tree.
That is awesome, dude. I was looking at trees the other day because Paige is getting some kind of fruit tree, I think. And she was like, yeah, look at this website. And I looked it up and I was like, dude, you're going to get all kinds of stuff. Like lemon trees is what I was looking at because I do like lemons and we use a lot of lemon juice actually. And so I was like, that would be dope to just have a little lemon tree. I'm sure it's harder than I think to take care of it though.
Well, I don't know. Ours is all big and grown. There's a couple doves that have eggs in a nest in there. And it's such a beautiful tree. I don't know how hard, this one's not hard to take care of now that it's grown. I'm not sure when it's a baby, but I recommend it because it has all these little beautiful flowers that bloom on it. The lemons, yeah, like you said, just use them for everything. They're so delicious. They really don't go to waste unless the birds knock them down and we don't get to them in time. But yeah, I suggest a lemon tree.
Okay, good to know for our future homesteading.
Yes.
Life.
What about you? What are you drinking?
I'm also drinking a fizz stick, yeah.
I thought I recognized that fizz stick.
Yep. I got the blood orange one, though, so it's a little different in color.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like blood orange. I really like them all, except I did not like the green apple at all.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Okay. Yeah, it scarred me. No, I'm just kidding.
That one was my favorite.
I know. Did I send them to you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm glad they didn't go to waste. I think it was too much like apple candy for me.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good. I'm glad you like them.
Yeah. What else has been going on?
So I posted some pics. My daughter had her little senior night with football. And that was
saw that.
Fun.
Yeah.
And my oldest came down with her friend. She's here this weekend. We're going to go to Barnes & Noble. She and her friend and Steve, can't wait to tell you, all watched Knock at the Cabin.
Okay.
With me last night. And I mean, I could just tell you actually because his score doesn't matter. He scored it a 4.5.
What?
He loved it.
Okay.
I know.
I
don't even know.
I'm confused. I'm shocked.
I am too.
I'm shocked and confused.
I am too. Okay. But what I've seen, I finished Blackbird and highly recommend it on Apple TV about the serial killer, remember?
Yeah.
These performances are giving me cold chills. I thought about it, it gave me cold chills. It's very next level. I'm telling you, Evan Peters, Dahmer level acting from all of them. So not only the killer that was played by Paul Walker Hauser, but also Taron Egerton, who played Jimmy. Amazing. So go watch that. It's limited series. I think it's only 6 episodes, so not a big commitment.
That's nice.
I also watched American Manhunt, the Boston Marathon bombing. So this is on Netflix, another documentary. I've always said it before. They are amazing. I'm like a broken record. Netflix documentaries are amazing. This was really interesting to get all the different point of views, all the different footage, just everything. It was so excellently done. I did start watching true crime again. Went through a binge and then let it go. Okay. Because all the darkness. And then
you got to do waves.
I haven't seen this yet, but I'm very excited. Steve is going to go with me to see Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, and hell yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. I was like, you want to go with me or should I ask, one of the kids and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, let me think about it. And I'm like, do you want to see the trailer? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, oh God, I scrambled. Like he said, yes.
Yes.
Watch the
hold
trailer.
On, I wasn't ready.
I know. And he watched it and he went, okay, I'll go see it with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So big stuff going on in the Connor household.
Oh. Big changes. Big changes. I'm really excited to see his reaction to that. And I'm excited to see that movie.
I pushed a little. I said, maybe we should watch. I asked him if he's seen the original Evil Dead. He said, yes. He said he doesn't remember a ton about it, but he did see it. I said, maybe we should rewatch it before I could finish, he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. Okay, I won't push it.
Yeah, you got to take the win. Just leave it.
What about you?
Not much. It's been mostly house stuff over here. But we did watch a few episodes. You were telling me about this. What is it called? The Big Door Prize. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know why I can't remember titles of things right now. But I think we watched like 3 or 4 episodes of that, and it has been very good. It's a very interesting, just like you were saying about the tone. It's not, it says that it's a comedy, and there are comedic moments, but there are some very also heavy drama moments as well. So it's like definitely a dramedy, in my opinion, because it's like half and half, but it's good. And it's got some really good characters. Like I really enjoy, Jade and I both are very much enjoying the mayor mother character and how just like rude she is. She's obviously a caricature, but it's like you sometimes encounter people like this in real life and you're like, yeah, there's a kernel of truth in there,
Yeah, totally. Have you seen it all the way up to the most recent?
I don't remember. I think we might have one more to go before that one. It gets confusing because Apple TV shows you the next episode even before it's out. So like in my photographic memory, I feel like there's an episode we haven't seen, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
It's funny. It's a funny one.
Okay. Excited to watch that. But that's been it, really. We haven't found time for really anything else. It's just been very, very busy. We haven't moved yet, but we're in the middle of packing still. We're going to do our big move next weekend with everything. We went over to the house yesterday. Well, yeah, we went over to the house yesterday to just bring like some of the awkward size shit in our like little storage thing so that we could free up some space to just stack boxes. We went on a whole ass adventure, dude. We like left the house, went to Target, got a new like shower curtain, which I'd been wanting for the new bathroom. And then we went to like RC Willie's to like get a washer dryer because we need one. Then we went and met up with Paige and Trevor. And then we were going to bring them over to show them the house. Get to the house. We pull up. I back into the driveway and I look at Jade and I go, we forgot the keys. Forgot the keys. So we sat out back in our backyard. Well, first of all, we tried to break in. Didn't work. Very good. Very secure. That was very, comforting.
Yeah.
Nice. No one could get into the house. But then we just sat out back like around the little fire pit for a little while and hung out. And so that was kind of nice. It'll be good to get in there though.
Oh, it'll be so fun. When are you done with your being in the apartment?
We have to be out by the 30th. So we have a good amount of time. I wanted to leave that next weekend for us to come back and clean.
Yeah.
Because that's always like a fucking ordeal, you know, after you get out of the space. So, yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's what we did when we moved here. It was really nice to have that 2 weeks to move versus trying to like crank it out too fast. Is your house 2 stories? I don't remember.
No, it's just one.
It's just the 1 story. Okay. Very cool. I don't know why I was thinking that, because you talked about breaking in. And so my mind went to, if you have 2 stories, then in the summer you can leave the window open when you sleep. But no, you can't.
No.
So don't do it.
No. I'm not going to be able to do that.
That's okay, though, because you just turn on the air conditioner. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I've been up to.
That's fun. That's real fun.
It'll be exciting when we're in there. And obviously, I'm going to take pictures. I just can't wait to like resurface. You know what I mean? It's been so fucking busy in a crazy way that I don't think I've ever been this busy in my life. You know, it's like my best friend's wedding in a couple weeks, and Jade and I are going to drive there. We're going to road trip there, back to Colorado for that, which is super exciting. I'm so excited for her and happy for her. But then there was like taxes, you know, got to finish up the taxes, all the house stuff and prepping for the house and the move. And Jade also has a bachelor party right after the wedding that we're going to. So it's just like, there is so much stacked on top of each other right now that I just cannot wait to like have a weekend to just, you know, take a sec.
Totally. And it's nothing with the things. I remember when I was going to last year when you covered for me, and we went on a family camping trip, and I went to my friend's wedding, and I was the minister at their wedding, and all of these different things. The pressure of all the things coming up is like makes it hard to breathe, but actually doing the things is fun.
Right. Exactly.
And then you look forward after doing all of these super fun things to like not having to do anything.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, like, because I was like, I'm making this sound like it's a bad thing, or these things are bad things, but they're not. You know, it's like super exciting to move into a new house and have the new space. It's just like, there is so much, and it is kind of stressful moving through it all. And I feel like I haven't had time or energy or the brain space to literally like do anything, honestly. Like, I'm like struggling to feed myself, struggling to do basic tasks.
Everybody send Tawny food. Meal delivery services.
Right. But like this week, I'm like, Jade, let's just eat out and accept it and just be cool with that. Cause I just want to go ahead and start packing some of our kitchen stuff. And, you know, the thing for me is like my brain, this is a blessing and a curse. Once I'm like doing a thing and I'm planning a thing, my brain does not turn off. For the last like 3 weeks, my brain is constantly running through the plans and what could go wrong with the plans and how we should change the plan so that we do this the most effective way possible, you know, which is really great because I'm a project manager. But it's really bad, I feel like, sometimes with this kind of stuff, because what's happening for the last like 3 weeks, when I wake up in the morning, I'm just awake. Like, because it's like my brain isn't even going to sleep. It's like I just become conscious again, and then like I start running through all of this, you know, I'm like, we got to pack, do this, do that. We got to do this. What about this? Oh, we're going to have to make a schedule for that. And I'm like already making to-do lists in my head at 7 a.m. when I wake up just on my own. And it's just like, I just can't, that's the other thing that I can't wait for like some of this stuff to be over so that my brain can just like stop planning. You know what I mean? I'm like, God, it's exhausting.
Just settle in.
Yeah. And just take a fucking breather.
I love it. I feel like we'll get back to normal maybe in June.
Yeah, I think we should be good to go around June. So
that'll be nice. Yeah, I know in May we do have some cool episodes that we're going to be doing, and then June, and then I leave at the end of July for the cruise. But that's only 1 week though. That's only 1 week.
Yeah. It's a busy and very exciting and great year.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
What it is.
It's a really great year. I like the energy of this year.
I agree. It's very different.
Yeah.
For me, obviously.
Much needed different.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, should we get into this?
Let's do it.
Okay, so again, we're talking about Knock at the Cabin from 2023. The director is M. Night Shyamalan. And it is based on the book The Cabin at the End of the World, written by Paul Tremblay. And neither of us have read this book. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Now, for cast, we have Dave Bautista plays Leonard. Jonathan Groff plays Eric. Ben Aldridge plays Andrew. Nikki Amuka Bird plays Sabrina. Rupert Grint plays Redmond. Abby Quinn plays Adrian. And Kristen Sui plays Wen. Not sure if I said that right. Okay, so IMDb, in terms of scores, we got a 6.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 67%. Google also 67% Google users. And then Letterboxd a 3 out of 5. That's why I was like, I don't know, very shocked by Steve's rating. Score. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll get into it. Budget was $20 million. Box office was $54.2 million.
Okay.
So, yeah, did all right. Okay, any other thoughts? Things?
No.
Felicia, before I continue. Okay. I just copied and pasted Wikipedia's because, as I was just saying,
so we're not going to try to just just get through it.
I feel like that went well.
I did too. I thought it was fun. I re-listened to it too because I edited.
So maybe we should, but I just copied and pasted. I didn't want to show up again, not being super prepared for you. Like I was like, I need to get my shit together and have something for her. So I have the recap. Here we go.
Okay.
Turn back now if you don't want this spoiled for you. We also watched it on Peacock. I know I've always forget to mention where I watched it.
Yeah, I like to tell people, especially if it's free, that they can go and watch it.
Yeah, you're really good at that. I just forget. Okay. 7-year-old Wen is vacationing with her fathers, Eric and Andrew, at a remote cabin in rural Pennsylvania. Oh, I didn't stumble over rural, and then it fucked me up in my head, and I was like, I fucked up Pennsylvania. Not even drinking today. Okay. While catching grasshoppers, Wen is approached by a stranger named Leonard. Initially friendly, he explains that he needs Wen and her parents' help to save the world. However, Wen becomes suspicious when 3 other people appear with makeshift weapons. Wen flees to warn Eric and Andrew, but the visitors break into the cabin and tie them up, with Eric sustaining a concussion attempting to fight them. Leonard and his companions, Sabrina, Adrian, and Redmond, claim that they have never met before this day and have no intention of harming the family. However, in the past week, they have been driven by visions and an unknown force to find the family. The group foresees an impending apocalypse in which Leonard claims oceans will rise, a pandemic will spread, the sky will fall, and darkness will envelop the earth. The only way to prevent this is for the family to sacrifice one of their own. They are warned that, although they will survive the apocalypse, if they do not make a choice, they will be the last people alive. Eric and Andrew suspect that the intruders are lying and that the attack is motivated by hatred and delusion. When the family refuses to make a choice, the intruders sacrifice Redmond by covering his head with a cloth and fatally striking him with their weapons. A concussed Eric sees a figure of light as Redmond dies. On television, media reports show devastating mega tsunamis, which Leonard declares is the beginning of the apocalypse. Andrew believes he recognizes Redmond as Rory O'Bannon, a man who had been arrested after assaulting Andrew in a bar years prior. Andrew thinks Rory tracked him down for revenge and manipulated the others to go along with his ruse. Leonard, Sabrina, and Adrian question Andrew's assumption and grapple with their guilt but still hold on to their visions. They reveal that Redmond's death has unleashed the first judgment of humanity. The next day, the visitors sacrifice Adrian as the family remains indecisive. The disasters continue as a deadly variation of the flu virus, to which children are particularly vulnerable, spreads across the world. Andrew insists the disasters are coincidental and that the intruders were anticipating a pre-scheduled news broadcast. Andrew escapes, retrieves his gun from his car, and shoots at Sabrina until she flees. He finds Redmond's wallet and proves to Leonard that he was Rory. With their tires slashed, Andrew believes the intruders came in a truck nearby and suggests that they use it to escape. As Leonard is being held at gunpoint, Sabrina breaks into the house and is fatally shot by Andrew. Leonard decapitates Sabrina before overpowering Andrew and taking his gun. The broadcast shows spontaneous plane crashes occurring around the world. Realizing that their time is over, Leonard leads the family to the back deck as the sky darkens. Leonard informs them after his death they will only have a few minutes to make a decision before slitting his own throat. Upon his death, lightning causes fires and more planes to crash. Eric now believes that the events are real and that the intruders represent the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Not wanting Wen to grow up in a destroyed world, Eric offers himself as the sacrifice. He reveals that during Redmond's sacrifice, he saw a vision of an older Andrew and an adult Wen thriving in the future that prevented the apocalypse. Reluctantly, Andrew shoots and kills Eric before lightning strikes, setting the cabin on fire. Andrew and Wen find the visitor's truck and drive to a crowded diner nearby where they watch news reports confirming that the disasters have subsided. Returning to the truck, the radio turns on and plays Boogie Shoes, coincidentally the song that Eric had played for them on their drive to the cabin. They drive off, returning to the world. The end. Yeah. So, Felicia, what did you think about this movie?
I am conflicted by it. I had an enjoyable experience watching it. I thought it really the acting was fantastic. I feel all of the different characters were very believable. Rupert Grint, I love you. So he was Ron Weasley, right? And a lot of times when these kids grow up, they're not that great when they're older. Love him. He's also in Servant. And he is so good. I love him. So anyway, I enjoyed all the acting. I really enjoyed the idea of this. What would you do? I absolutely 100%, even when shit was going down on the TV, would not have killed anyone in my family. I think to the very end, I would have thought there was something going on in the earth in general. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. Maybe the earthquakes were right along that line, right? So it makes sense. And then maybe that happened and the tsunamis did something to where the communication to the planes. I don't know. I would not have ever thought, let me go ahead and kill my loved one. So I liked this, but I guess first it was not horrific. Yeah. It was contemplative, but there were some horror elements that you didn't even see. I love an end of days sort of thing. I wish we saw more of that.
Me too, because I do feel like that's the horrific shit.
Yes,
and we didn't get a lot of that.
And then I think the message. I guess I don't know. Steve was like, I think it's just something that happened. Like there's not a deeper message. They feel like they have visions, and they came, and I'm like, I guess I'm okay.
Yeah.
I like that we don't know, honestly. We don't know if really his death helped or not, or was everyone just nuts?
I felt like it was very clear that it was happening and that his death did prevent it.
I think that you are left feeling that way. But if you think about it, if he didn't die, would that have happened?
Yeah, I guess we don't know now. But
with the radio song, it seems like he's sending them a message.
Right.
But maybe it's a coincidence. I think the book leaves it, and we'll talk about that later, and then we'll let you know we're going to talk about it in case you don't want it ruined for you.
Yeah.
Leaves it really, really ambiguous. You don't know.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too. So how about you?
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. There were some things that I really liked. And I was really engrossed in the first hour or so. I was like, wow, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Because it's I don't even think I watched the full preview because I don't actually like watching trailers. And I only caught a little bit, but I caught enough to know, this is going to be a home invasion in a cabin, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't know. It exceeded my expectations as far as that goes. And I do feel like the acting was really, really good. The only actor that I felt like didn't do a good job is that little girl. I was like, oh, maybe this should, I don't know. Something about her just didn't, I was like, man, this feels so fake,
Oh.
Anyway. That might just be me.
No, yeah, there was definitely not a really terrified state with the little girl.
Yeah.
I did like how she was clinging to her daddy's. I just thought she was so freaking cute.
She was so
actually had a dream last night that Steve and I went and adopted this little baby girl. Like the whole thing that happened in the movie, except it was me.
Yeah. Funny.
But she was so cute. But yeah, there were moments, especially at the end, like the devastation and that you would feel. I mean, I guess they were just shocked, but it seems like you would just be. Yeah. Anyways, I totally cut in on you telling me how you feel about it.
No, you're totally fine. I think I didn't mind it at the end as much because I felt like she was on board. Like she knew that all of this crazy shit was happening, and she knew that somebody had to be sacrificed, and she knew it was going to be him. And I don't know. So for some reason that didn't bother me as much as the very beginning. Like the very beginning scene with her, I just was like, I don't know. She's just not.
How is she not terrified?
Yeah, like she really immediately, I know she was like, I'm not supposed to talk to strangers, but she just like, I mean, that guy looked fucking scary.
Yeah.
Me as a child, I would be like, I would have ran away.
Totally. I watched it twice because I already watched an hour of it when my daughter and her friend came home and wanted to watch it with us. So we rewatched it. I didn't say anything. And both of them, when he was like, well, I'm here to make a new friend. They were like, oh, God, run.
Hell
like
no.
Things he was saying was creepy. Let's play this game with a flower and we'll get to know each other better. Dude,
yeah.
These dads did not teach her anything about...
I know. So clearly dangerous. Run away from this fucking guy. I mean, I do think that I did like I feel like he did a good job acting. And he didn't... Yes, that first interaction is like scary because I think it's kind of meant to put you on edge, but like from there on out he seems very genuine, you know, and so I liked his acting. But
in the very beginning you think he's gonna steal that little girl.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But anyway, so like the first part of the movie had me and I was like, this is really good and I'm really engaged in this and I like it, and I was like, ooh yeah, even like the doomsday shit where they were showing it on the news, I was like, this is an actual fucking nightmare. Like this is something that has scared me since I was a child, is like end of days type shit or like huge natural disaster type stuff. Just super terrifying for me. But then it just, I don't know, for some reason the back part of the movie really just kind of got way less and less interesting to me. And I
agree.
I think it's the ending, and I think it's the tie to the Four Horsemen. Like, I don't know, it just felt like a really, I don't know, really served up on a platter for you. And
yeah.
I wasn't loving that part. So,
well, I have something about that I was curious. I felt like if you're going to want to go the religion route, like go all in. Like, for example, when they were talking about the Four Horsemen, that's not who they are, though. The Four Horsemen are death, famine, war, and one other thing. It's not nurturing. And I know he changed it and he interpreted it as parts of human personality, but then why would you draw that to the Four Horsemen? Because there's four, but they're different, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the main one, which is death, is like a giant man, and I mean it fits. So it seems like they did parts of it and parts of it not. Now, on the other hand, right, maybe when this story was written down so long ago, they miswrote some pieces, like, or in the translation, so we can't take it word for word. I just thought like, and they also thought, so they come, right? They're the Four Horsemen, and they come but they take people who. So you either believe,
you're talking about in the Bible story,
right?
Story.
End of days. The people, you either believe in Jesus and all of that goodness, and you get taken away, and then the people who remain on earth are the ones that are like in hell, and you have to remain there, and it's burning and everything. So there's no like sacrifice, unless Now are they saying that he is Jesus reincarnated? Who, I don't know. And then like when she was stabbing him in the side, Andrew, when he was in the car, they stabbed Jesus in the side. But it was just like all of these different references to religion. Like even like you mentioned with the children, and then I'll slow down. With the children, and that this plague is affecting children reminded me of, when Pharaoh, all the firstborn sons in Egypt were killed. So that Pharaoh's son was killed, unless that's what Passover's all about, unless you had the blood on your door frame, then the disease or whatever would pass over your house. But so there's like a reference to it, but it just made me feel like what I don't know.
Yeah, weird. Okay, I actually didn't do any research into the actual 4 horsemen, or like the actual Bible story. What you started saying them? What are they again?
So let me see. Let me pull this up. There is, let's see, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They are, conquest was the one I forgot. Death, famine, war, and conquest. And then the lamb is at the top. The lamb.
Interesting. Yeah, they are very different. But I hear what you're saying. Like, if you're going to do it, just do it. Just go all the way. Don't half do it. And something, the stab in the side really felt like they were focusing on that. And I was like, I feel like they're going for something here, and I just don't know what it is. But I'm not like, I don't know anything about the Bible and stuff. So I was like, Felicia's going to fill in these gaps for me.
I was like, oh, is he like Jesus? Because they stabbed Jesus when he was on the cross.
Right.
In the side. But then that was that.
I also should have done more research into this. I'm sorry, I didn't. So I don't really have a lot for you. I can just tell you, let's see, about, the references, which again, I feel like they're kind of like obvious. Like they say, what's his name? Eric says at the end, like they're the 4 horsemen. So it's really like, kind of in your face. But okay, so this is what I have for the trivia side. There are 7 knocks at the door when the horsemen officially present themselves in the film. According to the book of Revelation, the end times will have a 7-year period of tribulation where there will be 7 sealed scrolls presented to Jesus Christ. Upon Christ opening the 4th scroll, the horsemen are unleashed in a specific order. The first horseman, Conquest, they are in here, rides a white horse. I swear I read this. Leonard wore a white shirt and was the leader of the 4. Let me read this again. Hold on. The first horseman, Conquest, rides a white horse. Leonard wore a white shirt and was the leader of the 4. Okay. The second horseman, War, rides a red horse, and Rory wore a red shirt. Had red hair also, and was aggressive, so that kind of makes sense. The third is Famine on a black horse. Adrian wore dark clothing and had a passive and nervous personality. The last horseman is Death on a pale horse. Sabrina wore a pale yellow blouse and was furtive/desperate.
And pale. She's real fair-skinned.
No, you're mixing up your people.
Oh, I'm mixing up my people.
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian. Sabrina was the nurse?
Yeah.
Oh, Sabrina's the nurse. Adrian is the food chef.
Yes.
Food chef.
Which, yeah, now that we're saying this, makes sense because famine, maybe? Like, because she fed people and now with her death.
It's like the opposite.
Yeah, But then that doesn't really make sense for like Rory because he was like aggressive. It's not like the absence of them means I don't know.
Yeah, because they called him Malice, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which
yeah. Weird. Okay, hang on. Let's see. What else do I have?
That's interesting. So are one of these men supposed to be Jesus? And they're presenting this, or both of them are Jesus because one of them gets stabbed in the side, one of them gets sacrificed.
Oh, maybe.
Because I did ask, I was wondering the message about homosexuality. And I was bringing this up with Steve. And he goes, why couldn't they just be two dads instead of, a woman and a man? It's two men. Like, that's just the choice that they made. It's also two dads in the book. And I said, I totally agree, except they made a big point about homophobia in the movie. Like, it was constant. And he goes, oh, yeah, you're right. So, I mean, if it was just two dads and they never even mentioned that fact about it, then I wouldn't have assumed that. But they do. They make it a point. And Steve actually brought up something I thought was interesting. He said, what if they're gay, and it's to bring out how they're already untrusting of these visitors because of all the persecution that they've endured throughout their lives, like from their parents, from adopting that baby, from, all throughout their lives. So it just even makes them more hyper aware, not willing to listen to these people and to believe that they're being targeted when they weren't really being targeted because of that. It was just because they were in that cabin. Yeah. And that's where they were brought.
Yeah, that's definitely what I got from it, was that it did set them up after a lifetime of dealing with, people's prejudice. It set them up to, of course, be like, why would we not think that this is being targeted? And then the other thing that I do like is that that guy was somebody who had attacked them earlier in their lives. And that really sowed a major seed of doubt, I feel like, for me as a viewer, and probably for the visitors, right? Because you're like, holy shit, what are the fucking odds that this person attacked these two men before, and now we're here to do this with them? Like, I liked that little through line. Yeah.
And I love that piece too added, because that's doubt. Because in religion, doubt plays a huge, huge, huge role. And, you're just not supposed to doubt. You're just supposed to have faith. Right. And so none of them, I remember years ago with when I was married previously years ago, his mom was very devout Catholic. She did not want me to go to college for religion. It terrified her because I might start to doubt.
Yeah.
Which I did. But it opened my mind to a lot of great stuff that I'm happy I learned about. But anyway, so doubt, that's a huge piece there. And so I did like how they weaved that in. Yeah. I wonder if then, I guess I want to know what the couple, who they represent. Yeah. In the Bible of who's being persecuted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I guess that's what it is I just want more. Yeah. Unless there's really not more. They kind of just took pieces of Revelations. And really the point is, what's the point though? I'm wondering, because is it that we just need to have faith in people, but we don't know if they actually ended the apocalypse or not, or these really were just like doomsday suicide cult people?
Yeah, totally. I agree that it doesn't seem like by the time you get to the end of the movie that there is a real like takeaway that I got. Like I was like, I don't know. What's the message of this? That like people are shitty? Like
is that the thing, is that we just don't know, and we could just do the best with what we have and who we are? I mean,
yeah, maybe. I mean, I just can't. I keep getting stuck on that line of like, what did they say every time they sacrificed one of them? They said an aspect of humanity has been judged, I think, or something. Yeah, something to that effect.
Yes,
an aspect of humanity has been judged,
or a portion of humanity, or
something like that. Yes. So it's like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, that we have to, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking about it too literally, but I'm like, somebody has to die for good things to continue. Like, I don't know we have to sacrifice what?
Yeah, if it's like end of days, if it's the apocalypse, humanity's going to be judged, and those who are judged, not fit, are going to perish, and those who are seen like, Jesus, God, is like, yep, come on up. They're gonna, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do get and then the dying for the sins. And so Eric, he dies for the sins of, that's like Jesus.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's just,
But like you're saying, like, why stab the guy in the other one in the side and make like a weird reference to I don't know, whatever. Maybe they're
Jesus,
the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Maybe Wen's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I need to remember. I don't remember a lot about the seals, and it was a long time ago when I read the Bible and specifically Revelations. I think because I'm wondering, Jesus dying for sins that like happened in the New Testament, not during Revelations.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's like different time.
Yeah, during Revelations is when we're done with all this. And so the ones that are good are going up. The ones who aren't are staying on earth and perishing. And that's that.
Okay.
I mean,
totally
if I'm
different
wrong,
timeline.
guys, and you know more about it, please let us know, because I'm curious. I want to read more about these horsemen and stuff later.
Yeah.
I'm so curious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I failed you on this. I just was like,
no.
I think there was one other episode that I tried to do religious research, and I just was like, I got nothing. I tried to read it and understand it, and I just have no background. So I was like, I can't even make sense of what I'm reading in this Wikipedia. And I kind of figured this would be the same. So I was like, I don't know.
You know what? Next time, if there's any religious themes, even if you're doing the research, I will read I'll read it. Because sometimes if you're doing the research, I try not to.
Right.
Because I don't want to be sharing too much or anything. For this particular one, it was last night. I was like reading through it, and then I'm like, okay, let's just go to bed. So
yeah.
No, that's really cool. And there's like so much else. So I think this is a fun conversation.
Yeah. Although I am curious to know more, but it does seem like I just get the vibe from the movie, like you're saying, that it wasn't really like they were trying to draw such an exact parallel to it was sort of like they took inspiration from it and used it. But then that kind of also was like, I don't know, it was like too close to be not that close.
Yeah.
I don't know, something. Either back it off of the actual Four Horsemen and don't call it that, or go all the way. It was, weird.
Can I, prefacing it for everybody, can I mention the book in the end of the book?
Yeah, let's get into that.
Okay.
Yes. And turn back now if you don't want the book spoiled for you.
Yeah, Tawny probably has some stuff. I just want to talk about the ending, because I think this ending would have been really impactful in the movie. But I think the book sounds really, really intriguing to read. So go ahead and go forward a couple of minutes so you don't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you time to do that because I'm going to say it right now. Okay. So in the book, when Leonard is in the bathroom and there's a struggle for the gun with Andrew, the gun goes off and kills Wen.
Oh, okay.
Leonard is so saddened by Wen's death, I believe he kills himself. Sabrina is also so saddened by Wen's death that she abandons her post. She's like, screw this. Also not seeing that God has not accepted Wen as a adequate sacrifice because she wasn't chosen as a sacrifice. It was an accident.
Oh,
so I think everybody is like, what the heck?
Oh, no.
We still have to kill one of our other people.
Yeah.
And then Sabrina is the one that says, you know what? There's still time. There's still time. One of you can kill the other one and save the world. There's still time. And then she kills herself. And then Andrew and Eric take Wen's body, and they are thinking, what kind of God would not accept an innocent child as an adequate sacrifice?
Yeah.
And so they're like, fuck it. And they just go off together and face whatever may happen. And then that's that. So we don't know if actually there's destruction of the world or not. I think that's so much more powerful on a religious theme, because people constantly, even religious people, resonate with that whole, if there is a God, how can such horrible things happen? especially if you do has something horrible like you lost your child. How do you remain faith through that? I don't know. I think that just makes more of an impactful statement.
Yeah, I agree. Completely. I don't have any more on that. That's all I read is just basically what happens, but I didn't know.
Thanks for letting me share that.
No, that's great. I didn't know the details of how it happened, really. But fuck, that is fucked up. But I like that ending a lot more. I also feel like something that I didn't like, and this is part of the reason why I didn't like the ending, and this is, this kind of sucks, but being an M. Night Shyamalan movie, you're like prepared for the twist. You're like, there's going to be a twist, and I'm ready for it. And the whole time I was watching the movie, I was like, I feel like there's like the majority of where this movie is going to go towards the end is either they're going to sacrifice somebody and we're not going to know if this was real or not, or we're going to learn that it is real and they're going to sacrifice somebody. And then I was like, but then I was leaving room for just, there could be anything could happen from this moment out. I was like, I have no fucking idea. Maybe one of these guys is in on this and they are also like a religious fanatic or something. Like I was kind of like anything could happen with this being an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And then at the end, I was like, that was kind of one of the more obvious ways that this was going to go. And then it was disappointing. And I know like people shit their pants about M. Night Shyamalan's twists because they're like they're so crazy. So like I bet for those people, they're kind of like, cool, finally, not an insane twist. But I just was like, I wanted something else to happen. And for that reason, I like the book ending, which I won't reference what happened because hopefully people have skipped that and now we're not spoiling it. But like it at least is something a little more, I don't know.
Yeah, and it definitely would fall into, I think, the horror genre even better.
Yeah.
It's very dark, even if you didn't want to show any of the gore or anything like that, because he really hit a lot of that. You don't see much. It's happening, but that would have, maybe he was just like, people are going to be really depressed after seeing that. I don't know.
I was like, I was like, I feel like that's what he did too. He was like, people expect a twist from me, so I'm going to give him a twist by not giving him a twist, But then that felt weird too.
I did see some negative reviews because of that, actually. Don't worry, I didn't do a lot of research, but I was reading about The Horseman. So in that article I read, the person who wrote it was saying, you're going to be disappointed with this movie because there's no twist. We go to these movies by him excited for the crazy twist. There's none. It falls flat. Yeah.
And I just wonder, because I also read that this script was written by a couple of other people. I should have written down their names, but I didn't. It was adapted as a screenplay by these two people, and it was like voted one of the most like compelling, unproduced screenplays in 2019. Like, people were jazzed about this. Then I think they got M. Night Shyamalan on board, and I think he rewrote it because he also has a screenplay credit. I think he rewrote it, and I'm wondering if, like, the ending maybe didn't originally match the book better, and he changed it, which is just, again, so out of character. I'm like, what has happened here?
Because that, and again, we're not going to mention the ending of the book, so you're safe to go on this journey with us. If that would have been the twist.
Yeah.
If that happened, right?
Yeah.
Because we would not, that would have been like, whoa. There's some things that happened at the end that it wasn't terrible, but it was kind of irritating a little bit. Number one, the fact that Leonard, when Andrew opened the bathroom door to check if Leonard was in there, the size of that freaking window, Leonard is in there, obviously.
I know. I said that
obviously.
Too. I was like, look at the size of that fucking window.
Why are you moving? Why are you moving and checking the shower? Why are you moving the shower curtain, you idiot? Why? Yeah. The window, Wen would be able to get through the window, and that's about it. Yeah. Definitely not this gigantic man. So that whole thing was just like blaringly stupid to me. He's obviously in there. What did you think he did? Yeah. He didn't make it through the window. And then even if he did, so fucking what? So what?
What is he doing? He's going to go out the window and run around to another door in the house. Why are you fucking around with the bathroom door? Like,
yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
That was just stupid. And it irritated me a bit when Andrew was walking to the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
That's it, because she hadn't hit him in the knee yet. He's just he shuts the front door and starts walking.
Yeah, he was not hustling at all. Then he does get the gun and he shoots at her and she runs off. And then Jade was watching it with me by this point. He came in during the second part. He was like, this would be the time that you go back and load more bullets.
Oh my God, I love Jade right now.
Because at first he was like, you just need like one fucking bullet right now. Like, and then you can put more bullets in later. And I don't know. I didn't hate that he didn't hit her. Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we never know what we're going to do when faced with a situation like this. But these people, we're not there to hurt them. And they said that repeatedly. And they did not like hurt them on purpose.
Yeah.
And so you as a human being would not want to kill this person who you feel bad for, right? A little bit. Even if you don't believe what they're saying to you. I don't know that I would
because they have not killed you. They really are just killing each other off. Yeah, I agree. And I love you both so much. I said the same thing. Put more bullets in the gun. Load up that clip. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
But do it when you have the time, not when she's trying to, not when she's stabbing you in the fucking side actively. Like, what?
Yes. I totally agree.
Yeah, ridiculous. Okay, I feel like there were a lot of like weird decisions right in the end. I think this is also kind of why it lost me. Mm-hmm. And it just like, what are you doing? Why are we doing all this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We mentioned it in the beginning, but I do wish maybe if you wanted to end it that way, maybe give us a little bit more of the end of day stuff.
Yeah.
The actual horrible things that are happening.
Yeah. I liked the like dark clouds and the everything on fire and shit. Like that was like cool. And I was like, give me some more of that. The planes falling out of the sky. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is terrifying.
It was so bizarre. That would have been the first time that I maybe questioned if all of this was real.
Yeah.
Not the earthquake, because the earthquake had already happened. And then as they're watching, another earthquake happens. But if you think about it, Hawaii, Oregon, there could absolutely be like this fault line going. I wouldn't have believed it. When they were talking about the disease, he even mentions, but this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, for months.
Yeah, for months now. So it's just ramping up. But I mean, it could have been anyways. The planes would have given me pause. Yeah. All of a sudden, all over the entire world, like 700 planes are just yeeting. That's what my daughter would say. Yeet right out of the sky. They just, that was cool to see, though. It was such a bizarre... that would have given me pause, but I think I would have convinced myself it had something to do with the tsunamis and the earthquakes, that maybe, I don't know, electromagnetic stuff around the earth.
I think so too. I think this is another one of the flaws of the movie is like, as a viewer, am not convinced throughout this. And the whole time, I think the goal is for you to, sort of start to wonder what if. And I couldn't get there. I was like, fuck these people. And you know what? If they want to kill each other in front of me, fucking let them. I don't care. This is my family. I love my family. I'm not sacrificing one of my family members. Are you fucking like insane? You are. I see. You do seem like you're insane. You all seem like you're totally insane. And I'm not doing it. And so like, I feel like if anything, that would have made me more resolved. Having them kill each other in front of me, I would have been like, fuck no. This is... No. And so that was like, I don't know. I just don't think they did a very good job of like making me feel like it was reasonable to feel like this was a real thing that was happening. Like you said, finally, when the planes are falling out of the sky, like maybe, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. Part of me was like, I don't know if we're still alive. If it's us three, like, yeah, it would suck to live in a world with no one else because the world would be totally basically done, but yeah. You don't know. How would you fucking... these people seem totally off their rockers, all of them. I don't know. I couldn't buy it. And then he was like, I had a vision, But I'm like, you got a concussion, bro. Like,
yeah,
24 hours ago, I'm not trusting you as a source of truth.
All the light is hurting you. So light came in through the back door and shined really bright.
Yeah, of course.
You saw a vision. I wouldn't trust him either. I'd be like, come on.
Yeah. So I liked that tension. You know, I liked the tension of him kind of starting to believe it. And then the other one being like talking him down constantly throughout the movie. Like, this already happened. You know, I've been doing cases on this sickness for weeks. They pre-planned this. They pulled it up. Like, I liked that tension. And then what I really loved was that they made the visitors doubt also with the Rory stuff. But again, I don't think they doubted enough for me. Like, the visitors were all just like, doesn't matter. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter. What?
You know what, though? If you think about that, and if you think about that in terms of religion in general, I don't think people doubt enough. This blind following of just whatever somebody tells you.
Yeah. And like you were saying, that is kind of the point. Like, you're not supposed to doubt.
Yeah, you're not. Because think about things, even outside of, you know, just our mainstream religions. But if you're thinking about cults, and people just can't doubt. You know, you think about cults or religions where, you know, some old dude is like, yeah, God told me I need to marry your 10-year-old daughter. And they're like, well, if God told you, okay, you need some doubt, my friend. Some hardcore doubt. People aren't doubting enough out there. Yeah. But again, there's like, what's the message? It's almost like maybe there isn't. Maybe the message is like, we don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, have faith, like where you don't doubt. No, that's not a good idea. It's just like a mesh. I loved how they were doubting for a moment when they did the first killing and then they didn't see their vision on the TV, remember? And they started to say, oh, what's happening? That was cool because you're like, oh man, maybe we did this for nothing.
Yeah, I did. This is another thing that I did really like about this movie is they're like you said, the acting was phenomenal, but they are like panic. Like, you can tell that these people are not fucking here to do this because it's not something that they want to do. Like, they're not here. And so they are panicked the whole time. All of them, they can't even like catch their breath. A lot of them, because they're like trying to go through the script of like, this is who I am. And this is like, you know, I saw visions and like all of this. I really loved that. I thought that was really, really well done.
Yeah. And
they convinced me. I was like, oh, these people, I mean, they're obviously insane, but like they believe this.
They're terrified. Terrified with what they're doing. Yeah, they did excellent on that. I'm wondering what their visions were. Because I'm going to tell you, I have a reoccurring nightmare where there is a wall of like a wave that's giant. And I have to find something to hold and it crashes down. It's terrifying. I'm terrified of that for some reason out here in Arizona where there's no ocean. But I do have those nightmares. So I don't know. Everyone listening, do you want to join me? Maybe that's a vision. Maybe we need to figure out.
Yeah.
But like, what is their visions? Are they seeing like massive visions? Are they dreams? I'm curious about that. Like because that would make me doubt it too. Is it just like a dream? You're all in this. And then you start to maybe think like, oh, maybe they're not crazy. And they talk about being in that chat room together.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, wait a second. Like, these people are crazy.
Yeah. And then that guy was like, oh, that you're having a shared delusion. Like you can, because I think that's the thing too. You can totally like talk yourself and other people into like, oh, we're having the same experience when maybe you're not, or maybe there's slight differences. Like you're saying, people have the same recurring nightmares. Mm-hmm. People all across the world have been having the same dreams where like their teeth fall out or that you like can't run because your like legs slow down. And, you know, it's like we all have similar, and it's just like, I don't know, part of being a human being. So you could totally delude yourself into thinking that that's what it is. I do remember in the opening credits, they had some like doodles of stuff that I assumed were their visions. And so it'd be interesting to go back now and like look at those. But I don't know that they had much to do with, they were just kind of grotesque people dying, from what I remember, maybe the weapons. But that also made me wonder about the weapons. They were so fucking specific and like homemade and weird that I felt like there had to be something with that. It had to be like some kind of symbolism or of something, but like we never get anything on that.
I wonder if the horsemen carried weapons that looked like that. Yeah, because Sabrina says in one of the things, one of the moments when I got the vision of the weapon I needed to create.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe you hit the nail on the head of where it's lacking is this: you haven't convinced me that I should sacrifice one of my family members. Because when I was watching it first and they killed Redman, I was like, oh shit, just hang in there. They'll kill each other off. Then when we rewatched it, I didn't say anything. And that's exactly what my daughter said. Oh shit. Okay. Just keep saying no.
Yeah.
They'll kill each other off.
And you're like, I don't know. Maybe that's supposed to be the message, is that we are supposed to care for each other, but like over your own family. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Even if you're caring over your own family, these people, this is okay. Let's go back to cults, right? Let's go to the cult, just because I mentioned it, where they're letting, their young adolescent children get married to these men, just like in what was that one? David Koresh, cult, what have you, Waco, Texas. So if they're saying, no, this is what needs to be done because of God, so then are we to care more for this person who's saying that they're Jesus incarnated, or more for others versus our own children and the safety of our children? And we're supposed to just blindly not doubt that and say, yeah, here you go. I need to not be selfish.
Right.
I need to not worry about how this might affect my child, because this is something greater than all of us.
Yeah.
I should be more caring. So I should be more caring for this woman who has a son, who has left her son to come all the way out here with this suicide cult.
Yeah.
That's her decision.
Of course.
Because I had mentioned that to my family. I was like, you know what? I feel bad for her, but she made the decision.
Yeah.
To go on this mission. I shouldn't go, wow, oh shoot, I really want your son to have a mom, so let me kill my husband so your son could have a mom. That's your fucking fault that you did that.
Yeah. No, see, the thing is, like, we're talking through it and we're like trying to find a deeper thing or theme to make this all make sense. And I am not having the same experience that we had in our last episode for Infinity Pool, where it was like,
oh yeah,
I feel like you in the research hit on something that really made everything else make sense and made us not take the movie as literally and not have as many problems with it. I just don't see that in this movie. And to be fair, I could have done more research to see about themes and stuff, but like at the end, you can't help but take this movie at face value and take it so literally, because there's like, I can't grasp any kind of deeper thing. So then it leaves you with this feeling. Why would I ever do this? It just doesn't make sense. You did not convince me that I would sacrifice a member of my family to save any of these people who just broke into our fucking cabin, or the world. Even then, they're like, everybody in the world's gonna die. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. We all felt the same.
Care?
All of us were like, well, we just have our family and move forward, just because there's too much doubt that this is actually what's happening. If I knew for a fact this was going to be the end of the world, let's think of the movie. Is it called End of Days, the comedy one we talked about? Or
I think it's called This Is the End.
End of the Day. This is the end. Okay.
Fucking up titles.
Yeah.
This month.
This is what's happening.
Yeah.
There's people being beamed up. They're big demon beasts. Felicia and Steve, if one of you kill each other as a willing sacrifice, this will all end. I would raise my hand. Yeah. Do it. Kill me. Do it. Absolutely. No, I wouldn't want to kill Steve, but he could kill me. But this was too open. Like, yeah.
Didn't buy it.
Me neither. Well, that's where we landed with that.
Yeah. I don't have anything else.
And honestly, I don't think you needed to. I wanted to say, I don't think you needed to do more research. I think there were these things that referenced back to the Bible, and maybe that's to give you pause to think, oh shoot, maybe this is really happening.
Yeah.
But I think they were too chaotic and scattered that I didn't.
Yeah, they didn't like really make sense through that lens.
Yeah.
That this is actually what's happening. Yeah. Well,
there we go.
Do you have any more notes?
I don't.
Yeah.
Let me see. I had like 5 notes. I think I just mentioned it. Walk into the car, get the bullets. There's no way a man would fit through that window. Acting was great. That's literally my notes.
Those are your notes. I do have one more piece of trivia that I feel like I want to throw in. I lied earlier. I'd forgotten about this. So you know how they were all wearing a different color shirt that kind of coordinated with their thing? So if you look at Andrew's t-shirt, it has elements of each of those colors, hinting that he would be the one to survive.
Oh.
A nice little Easter egg.
I'd like that.
Me too. That one was nice.
Yeah.
I like those little things. Yeah. Okay, so are we ready to rate it?
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to give it a 3.25.
Okay.
I tried to make that smooth, but I literally just said a 3, and then she's going to cut that out. It's a 3.25 because I was going back and forth between the movies I had rated 3s and 3.25s. I felt really comfortable with one of those scores. But everything I rated 3.5, no, I liked that way better than I like this movie. But there was some elements I did like, the acting and everything that you guys already just listened to me talk on and on about. So I think, and some of my 3s, I think I enjoyed the watching experience of this more than some of my 3s. Not necessarily that it was way better. I just enjoyed the experience more. I did watch it 2 times in a row in one night and was curious about it. So
that's good.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with a 3.25.
Okay. Now you've made me question my score because now I'm like, did I go too low? I don't know. I think what I was thinking is 2.75, which is quite a bit lower than where you landed. But I feel like we felt the same. But I'm looking at my 2.75s and I think I liked it on those levels. Like there's things that I like about my 2.75s, but there's also some things that I really don't like. And I don't know if I would recommend anybody watch this, which is my 3 cutoff, So I think I'm going to stick with it. I don't think I can give it higher than some of my other 2.75s. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Totally fair.
2.75 for me.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for having fun with us. We'd love to hear what you think. And yeah, come join us in Discord or find us on social media and tell us what you think. And so if you like us and want to tell us what you think, go find us on social media. On Instagram, it's @2chicksandahorrorflick, or you can go to any of your social media platforms and search for us there. And I forgot to say that next week we are going to be doing Evil Dead Rise.
Yes, yeah. But it will be 2 weeks, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Or
Sorry.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. We're taking a vacay next week. So, well, you're moving and I'm going to visit my daughter for her birthday, but
yeah. Felicia's doing fun stuff. I mean, moving will be fun in the middle of moving it because we're doing it with friends. That part's fun, but
totally
not quite a vacay.
All right. So after you find us, what else, Tawny?
You can support the show by going to our Patreon or giving us a like, review, and subscribe on whatever podcatcher you're listening to us on. That would very much help. And then we'll see you for our next episode. We hope you have such a good night. No nightmares.